Hello, everybody. Could you imagine a game about an angsty rat coming to terms with his death by a hard double of Bill Cipher with catchy music would have so much impact on my life? Well, I'd say you'd be completely nuts. But yeah, I love this game from top to bottom. But the best part, aside from the story, is the music. No doubt that a lot of the strings and muscle for the story were helped by the music, where the catchy ensemble the composers Kazuya Takazu, Diaz Iwasaki, Camelia Ahisa, and this studio, sounds like another studio of Zigzag, knew what they were doing, and in honor of the game's 5-year anniversary, sit back and enjoy the top 12 catchiest Mad Rat Dead music. Why top 12? Because 10 and 5 are overrated. Number 12. Mad Rat Dead Rap. You couldn't even go for Mad Rap Dead, huh? With an already catchy music as the background, adding rap lyrics while silly doesn't seem too savvy. But they made the lyrics so cheesy it's laughable. But in that case, how did they even make the list? Well, it has as much moments of being catchy as it has being laughably cheesy. It's got a good heart and memorability, even if it put more emphasis on the awkward. Number 11. Heartbeat. In terms of the story, this is when Mad Rat finds out about Heart but doesn't seem to like him, and as such the music does well to fit having a cheerful but awkward vibe. But it still manages to balance out both without becoming too cheesy like Mad Rap Dead. But unlike that one, Heartbeat contains a favorite part of mine, that's the cherry on top. Some good stuff right there. And this is why such a heart-beating tune deserves the number 11 spot. Number 10. Mad Rat alive? Okay, picture this. You just started the game and you saw a rat. Surgery.
Okay, what's that about?
On the surface, it seems to be just a loop. An infectious earbug of a loop, but still just a loop. But then, just as it changes up, it brings in a lot more energy. Before it briefly sounds like a soft nails on chalkboard.
Seriously? What was up with...
And then boom! Really? And then it's right back at the start and manages to be cheerful but also sketchy. It's the warm welcome disguising something much more sinister. Number 9. Shadow Chaser. Ooh, alliteration. This is another energetic one that aims to be more suave, more elegant. This has an even more uneasy vibe, which helps by the fact that it takes place right after every other rat thinks you've gone insane.
Pinky, are you pondering what I'm pondering? I think so, Brain, but hey, you two! Yeah? Join me and together we can take down the human!
Take over the world?
World? What world? Eating gas! Knife! What's up with your eyes? I have no idea what you're talking about. Got me there! No, hold on a minute, Nimrod. Clearly something's not right here. No, the ghost. Not the ghost. Oh, not the ghost. Anything but that. Make it stop. No, stop it. Thanks, sorry, I needed that. Don't make eye contact, Pinky. Just slowly walk away. But Brain! We just met him. He seems nice. Just back away, Pinky, you stupid cuckendemia. Oh boy!
Give a whole different vibe and energy all together. Like that, compared to some of the other choices in this list, this is the one that manages to mix cool, calm, and frantic all in one and have it still mess well.
My favorite part is this harmonica single that comes straight out of a Kirby game.
What else can I say except it drives the feeling further of being seen as a complete psycho. Don't ask for an order. Number 8.
Electrocuted. Hey, what's up with that name? Nothing about this game is electric. In fact, what the fuck is it tied to self-attached? Actually, what's that? What is it? Why is that?
Number 7. Ghost of Covert. Sounds like the subtitle for a Castlevania game. I don't know about you, but you would think that a massacre would have heavy consequence.
Not that I would know.
Well, in Mad Rat's case, it's of all the rats that are in the room. And because of that, it relies heavily on sounding electronic or more sinister, dark, and gloomy. While you're still retaining a playful and upbeat edge to not be too somber. Really, my only problem is the use of sound effect being really inappropriate and out of place. They're about as in as Jerry Seinfeld's career, and it's all throughout the music. Oh well, what can I say except it's one spookful fright, and I didn't cause any massacres, I swear. Number 6. Call me Jack.
Can I just say how much of a cool name that is? It's like a cold and badass villain line. Call me Jack. Woo! It has me shaking up in hype.
Speaking of hype, this is like the end result of a fusion dance between Kirby music and Bomberman. It is chaotic, it is frantic, it is completely cranked with speed. And it manages to perfectly portray the somewhat endearing anxiety-filled life or death scenario. Number 5. Chaos. At first it seems to be a more peaceful one with panpipes. But then it hits as it wraps up to be much more to you. It is such a fun but also relieving tune that at points sounds like it came straight from an anime. It is enthusiastically charming. Number 4. Dancing Wind.
What normally happens when you panic? Well, that too, but I was mainly talking about the state of anxiety where it's just so overwhelming.
Well, this is that for Mad Lad after an encounter with a child human girl. Scared by the little girl. The violins flow through like the wind, absolutely managing to effortlessly display the perils of panic first, think later. It truly feels like a rush. Oh my god, I love that. Number 3. Sprinting Night.
You know what this reminds me of?
It reminds me of one of those music you'd hear in an action anime like Lupin or Cowboy Bebop. It's got the fast piano, the fast tempo, except they made Sprinting Night feel so much more packed. What a night! Number 2. A mental catalepsy. After another fuck up from the Queen of Fuck Ups record, her and Mad Rat end up separated.
Cue Mad Rat for panic.
It not only helps bring a sense of finality, but also a sense of push and support. To never give up, it feels like the third act climax as it combines most of the used instruments that the previous songs used. I may even think this is what should have been used in that one Taboo Leafly scene. I'd like to think so. All gloves are off for such a triumphant and mental catalepsy.
Oh, let's take a breather with a couple of honorable mentions, since not all of them were as lucky to make it on the list. As you can tell, number one was really hard for me to choose, but I think I came to the right decision. Number one is Cottage House.
Why did I choose such a laid-back piece compared to some of the honorable mentions? Well, this plays during one of my favorite scenes in the game where Matt Rat is more laid back and shares some banter with Heart. For the first time in a while, he wasn't angry, he wasn't vengeful, he was just hanging out. Not only does this show some huge character development, but we also get to see a soft side that Mad Rat doesn't often show. Now in terms of the music, it's laid back, it's relaxed, and while it's not afraid of turning up a bit and be a bit more energetic, for the most part, it's a lot more nuanced, which is why it's the number one catchiest Mad Rat music.
As usual, not everyone will agree with what I chose, so let me know how you would have done it. This was Joseph from Hey, wait a minute. Using a heart plant transplant between a rat and a cat doesn't even make any sense. My God, that human is an idiot.
Just back away, Pinky, you stupid cuckendemia.